It's an absolutely beautiful morning here today, and I'm heading to the wood pile to meet up with my friend Leo, who's going to mill up the logs that I've set aside to turn into boards and so on. So once we're all set up, probably won't be doing a lot of talking to the camera. I'll film what I can. Hopefully it's of interest. Alright, let's get going. So I thought I'd record a bit of voiceover to explain what's going on, so I forgot to mention a load of things. So firstly, this is Leo's sawmill. It's he's designed and built this himself, completely homemade, and he's using an old school Stihl 056 chainsaw. So the first job he's doing is levelling the ladder onto the log, and basically he does that by screwing pieces of wood onto the end of the log, make sure they're level, and then he attaches the ladder onto the pieces of wood with these bits of an old exhaust clamp. And what I like about Leo's method here is it avoids having to drill holes through the ladder, which is what I've normally seen done. You see put the screws through the rungs of the ladder into the wood or into the log. The next job is to just pop in these wedges here. It just holds the ladder a bit more solid, supports it in the middle. So that's what the wedges are for. So just starting the saw here just to warm it up. Like I said, this is a Stihl 056, so it's quite an old saw, but it runs really nice. Just getting it all set up on there now. Now Leo's trying this new idea he's come up with, because the oil tank chamber on the saw is quite small. It runs out of oil quite quickly doing this job. So he's come up with this little system, like a little sort of gravity feed chain oil system, and there's reservoir for it there. So this is the sort of trying it out for the first time. So just filling it up there, and then it's got a little kind of on-off tap. So the idea is switch the tap on, and that'll just feed a bit more oil into the chamber. Right, so making the first cut now. So this first piece is just the outside edge of the log, which is chestnut, by the way. That's another thing I forgot to mention. This is a chestnut log. So you basically take off the outside edge. That's the first part of the whole equation. So that's what Leo's doing here. There we go, just coming into the end of the log here. So that's the first cut made. Just need to take the ladder and the level pieces of wood off the end of the log. That's the ladder first. So we don't need these now, you only use them for the first cut. So that's the two of us just taking off that first piece. As you can see, it's very thin in the middle, so it's not of much use, I don't think, that piece there. So it's the first look. So this would be the top of the first board, or one side, the first side of the first board. A lovely grain there on the chestnut. So this is the kind of first cut, I guess, on the first board. So as you can see, the mill now just runs along that flat surface. We can see that Leo abandoned the oil reservoir thing. It didn't really work, so he's taking it off. for this board. As he's going along, every now and again Leo's popping in a couple of wedges there just to keep the cut open, because obviously those slabs are fairly heavy, and once you get to the end they're going to be pinching down on the bar a bit, so the wedges prevent that from happening. Well, that's the first board, so let's get it off and take a look at it. So as we were admiring the lovely grain in that chestnut there, the electricity company helicopter popped into view. So they were checking out all the lines. What they do is fly along the electricity lines and check for, you know, trees and obstructions and so on, because it's a nice day. So that was actually quite cool, just watching them cruise around for about half an hour in the valley. Just you could see them going along all the different lines, checking them out. Here's the first proper board. Okay, so starting on the second board now. Okay, so there's the second board. I did forget to mention these are all they're 1.5 inches thick, so they are quite heavy. That's why it's ideal to have a couple of people to move it, so you get a sense of how kind of chunky it is there. It's really beautiful grain on this chestnut. Very nice. Okay, here we go, board number 3. seems to be doing alright, isn't it?
I'm just wondering if I should just turn it up a bit, because I might have, in all my fiddling, dialed it down a bit.
Okay, well that's the fourth and last board, so the remaining piece on the ground is another scrap piece. There's a look at it in the pile. So I forgot to record any kind of outro to this video, so thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.